Hi, welcome to another exciting video of Nandi Tech Bytes. In this video, we are going to discuss roadmap for switching to a DevOps engineer role based on a real life experiences. If you are looking to make a career change or enhance your skills in the tech industry, then this video is for you. Let's get started by understanding what a DevOps engineer does and why this role is so critical in today's tech world. DevOps in short stands for Development and Operations. It is a set of practice that aims to streamline and automate the process between software development and IT operation teams. It emphasizes collaboration, continuous integration, and continuous delivery, making it possible to deliver software updates more frequently and reliably. To become a DevOps engineer, you will need a combination of technical and soft skills. On the technical side, you will need proficiency in skills like Linux fundamentals, good knowledge in any cloud services, then networking basics, infrastructure management in cloud, coding or scripting, DevOps tools, and knowledge of software development lifecycle or stages. Additionally, soft skills like collaboration, problem solving, and communication are crucial in this role. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then please subscribe it now. Okay, now to simplify your journey to become a DevOps engineer, I have created this roadmap based on real life experiences of people who have switched to DevOps. Start with Linux fundamentals, as most of the work that a DevOps engineer performs on day-to-day tasks include using Linux commands and playing with files and storage related stuffs. Some projects or organizations use Windows also, where there is a requirement of Windows knowledge, but majority is Linux. Okay, now your next stop in DevOps roadmap should be to become proficient in any of the cloud services. The reason I am telling this because most of the organization have moved their workloads to cloud. It is one of the most important thing that will land you up in DevOps field, or at least you will get a cloud engineer role. Next stop in the roadmap is to learn about software development, build and deployment stages. What is continuous integration, continuous deployment strategies, how apps or softwares are basically built and deployed. Okay, now let's discuss the next stop, which is DevOps tools. A DevOps engineer uses a lot of tools to perform his day-to-day tasks. Every organization uses their own choice of tools, and it's not possible to learn all the tools and remember things, right? So don't worry about it. Going forward in the video, we will discuss the major DevOps tools with which you can begin with. Okay, now the next important thing in the roadmap is doing hands-on. You should learn by doing, or else only theoretical knowledge won't help you. Once you start doing, you will feel the difference and you will have more confidence. This will help you in interviews also. To simplify your learning journey, I have discussed the topics you should focus on in each of the stops of the roadmap we discussed just now. Let's start with Linux. Linux itself is a huge subject to learn, but to make your journey easier, you can start with the following topics as they are much needed ones. You must be familiar with basic commands and file operations so that you can use the Linux terminal to perform your work. Then file permissions, file system management, process management, and some advanced skills like user management, packaging, etc. There are more topics to learn in Linux, but this one should be known by almost all DevOps engineers. Okay, let's simplify the next stop in our roadmap. Learning one of the cloud services is foremost important if you want to be a DevOps or cloud engineer. AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud are the most prominent cloud providers from which you can choose from. There are more cloud services in the market, but these three were the more in demand. There are n number of services available for each of the cloud providers. Pick one cloud first and start with the most basic and important services like networking in cloud, compute and storage services, load balancers, etc. Okay, let's move on to the next stop, which is basics of networking. This is important because it will be required for any DevOps engineer as you need to design or troubleshoot or to have a sanity check in any environment. So you must learn network fundamentals like OSI and TCP layers, network protocols, subnetting, network devices like switch, routers, and how DNS works, DNS configurations and services in cloud. Okay, moving to infrastructure as a code, or in short ISE. Infrastructure as a code is used by DevOps or platform engineers to provision resources in cloud by using configurations which are defined in codes. Popular ISE use a Terraform. Terraform is cloud agnostic, so if you learn this, you can work with most of the cloud providers. Second is Azure Resource Manager, or also called as ARM templates. This ISE is specifically used for Azure services. Then AWS CloudFormation is used for provisioning AWS services. I would strongly recommend to learn Terraform to begin with. Okay, now let's discuss about coding or scripting. One of the tasks of a DevOps engineer is to automate things, and for that we need some amount of coding or scripting in Bash, Python, or Go programming. You can learn at least the basics of one of them so that it will help you in getting a DevOps role, but you don't have to worry more about this. Now let's discuss the tools of a DevOps engineer uses. This also varies companies to companies as every organization uses their own choice of tools. But to simplify your learning process, I have listed the most prominent ones. For configuration management, you can pick Ansible. For CI/CD, you can choose Jenkins or GitHub Actions. And for containerization and orchestration, you must learn Docker. Docker is the most used containerization technology, and Kubernetes is for orchestration. There are other cloud native orchestration services also, but I would recommend to learn at least the basics of Kubernetes. I am going to share some pro tips which will help you in your journey to become a DevOps engineer. You must learn the process of how a software or application is built and deployed. Then you must be familiar with the deployment strategies. You should also master at least in one of the cloud services. And one of the good things is you don't have to be a master of all the tools and technologies at the starting. Then you should start networking DevOps professionals so that you can ask help from guidance and all. Last thing, I would strongly suggest start learning from YouTube, documentations, and other free online sources available on the internet. Also, don't be discouraged when you fail in interviews. Take the learning from the interviews and prepare for the next one. Okay, see you in my next video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.